And I have always admired that about him, but not surprised at it, because if you know Ram, if you've heard him speak, you know that his energy enters the room before his body does. And I know that you will have a wonderful time this evening exploring a man who happens to have a very generous heart. So he's also, not only has he been a senior teacher of Raj Yoga meditation, which we teach here for since 1975, but currently, and he has been for many years, he coordinates a global campaign named the 7 Billion Acts of Goodness. He's traveled the world spreading that, and I'm sure he'll mention it to you this evening. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our wonderful speaker for the evening, Brother Ram. So nice to see you again.
Thank
Welcome.
you so much, Lois, for having me. And it is such a wonderful time to talk about the gratitude. Thanksgiving Day. Actually, it is not just the Thanksgiving Day, but we are celebrating the whole month of November of the gratitude that what that really means. And I had been thinking about that what gratitude really means. In my own way, I was trying to look at it. I had been seeing in my life. I say my whole life, actually, if I have to express, and I will express simple gratitude. My whole life is like a filled with achieving or getting more than what I give. See, anytime when we say thanks to the people, and when we give thanks to the people, when they do something for me, or they gave me more than I gave it to them. So when they have a positive account with me, and then I have to be grateful to that person. And today I was looking at that when I am sharing this, the attitude of gratitude is that we have to see who to be grateful and what about it. So then I started to see within my own self, first of all, because we can give gratitude to the nature, to the people around us, the food we receive, and like we are finding we are going through this difficult time, coronavirus, and my thinking is only what can I do, what I can return back to the society where I had been receiving everything from everybody. And what I found with my own self was that let me reduce my needs. When I reduce my needs, I need less for myself and I can give more to the society. So I learned to go back to basics. Then I started to think even more about that. Look at the 5 elements. All the 5 elements, they give it to us. So lots of time when we think of the needs we have, like we talk about having a beautiful car, beautiful house, a lot of food, good food, etc. But then I was looking at that actually I can live without all of them to some extent. But can I live without air, even for 2 minutes? I cannot. Can I live without water, even for more than 10 days or something? Or without food for maybe 1 month or something? I cannot. And all those things like heat, the body heat, 98.6 degree temperature, the body is able to maintain for us. Can I get it from anywhere else? And can I live without it? And I don't. And they all come free to me. So how much grateful I am to the air, to the water, to the food because it all comes free. For everything else, I have to make effort. Now, this problem with the coronavirus is all about air. That what it does, it just stops the air. The oxygen level goes down. And but until this thing happens, did I have that in my heart, the gratitude towards the air? It's all free because it's all free. So that is where I start to see that in my own way, what can I do to the whole world, because all these five elements are really helping the humanity to survive, and how much I appreciate. We only think little bit cold weather, I don't like it. Little bit of storm, I don't like it. But if I really see that all the heat and the cold and the hurricanes, everything happens in order to bring the balance within the nature. And in the process of bringing the balance, sometimes it looks like upheaval. Even this problem which has come to us, probably it is teaching us how to live a life on the minimum level. What is really more important for me to really set my priorities? What is really important in my life? And at present time, I am finding the most important thing I can do to make people comfortable, whosoever is around me, making them comfortable. To me, that is my expression of gratitude. What I had been getting in my life from everywhere. So, is it possible the air is looking for some kind of sustenance from me? Sustenance. Air is looking because these five elements are, when we talk about soul and the body, the spiritual and the physical elements, or our dimension of life, and five elements are physical dimension of our life, but it's the soul energy that puts the life in the body. So actually my happiness, my love, that will generate the life in the nature. So that is how I want to live my life at present time. My expression that what I had been getting the sustenance. And then I go even further than that. Gratitude even towards my own self. Like how I can say, just look at your own self. How many things we do, good things. There are very few things which we do which are not very good. But we put too much pressure on ourselves. We expect too much from our own self. Is it true or not? I could be doing so many good things and I will just downplay it, and I will make one mistake here and there, and I will just be condemning myself, putting myself down, or losing self confidence, self respect. Is it is true or not? So I find my gratitude starts from my own self. Somehow I feel being a child of God, God of my faith, with whatever faith I have, we always think of the higher being. We say supreme being, supreme soul, God, or anything else we want to call. We say God is light, or whatever my faith is. So I think that actually being child of God, I carry God's DNA. And God's DNA is, we know about love. God is ocean of love. God is ocean of happiness. God gives comfort and happiness to everybody. But one thing God does, because we see that within ourselves, that when we say God is ocean of love, I also feel so much love is filled within myself, but I am not able to express how much I want to help other people, because that's my DNA. So one of God's DNA is to give. And if I believe, being child of the supreme being God, if I believe I am child, that means I carry God's DNA. And God's DNA is to give, to give, and to give. God does not take from anybody. So my DNA also is of giving. So giving, giving, and giving. That means in this, when we talk about, it's not only money or the resources we give, but giving somebody comfort, giving somebody respect, giving somebody love, giving somebody joy. Let me become the first person to say good morning to everybody. I extend my hand of friendship to everybody. Even if somebody is not good to me, let me take the initiative to say hello to that person. Give my chance to other people. Give my position to other person. Give my comfort to other people. Even giving my food to other persons, how I can do that? Whatever I consume. I know when I think of the 7-8 billion people, I am consuming much, much more than average. Even though I call this as my fortune, I'm lucky. But maybe this is the time when we think of, okay, I am lucky, I am fortunate. Is it possible that I can give some of my share to other people? Because I don't know where I can send. Who can I send? That people are doing it also. But what I can do is giving to the people around me. And that is when I want to give. Like I want to give love. I want to give patience. I want to give the gift of acceptance. This is how I see at present time is needed from all of us. But it will happen only not in the sense of I have to give, but I become bigger. I become elevated. I start to think myself like I'm helper of God. The one who gives and give and give. In our back home, they call them deities, or here we call them angels. Angels appear wherever help is needed and provide the help, and then they fly away without asking for any acknowledgement or any gift. Because it is in the system of the angel that if they start to receive the gift, they will become heavy and they won't be able to fly. So, if I want to continue to fly, I have to remain very, very light. And you know that how the birds fly, because they have the bones, but they are all hollow bones and they have air in it. And because of the lightness, they fly. So our bones too, like we give our bones to the service to the humanity, and our bones will also get filled with the light of spirituality. Our bones are filled with love. Our bones are filled with joy. Have you experienced that sometime? Probably many times we have experienced when you did something really good, but you were totally exhausted, totally tired. Your bones are hurting, but still there is a joy. And you feel at present time, my bones are tired, but happily tired. You know, have that experience? You're so happy, you literally feel is a love filled bones, happiness filled bones, even when they are tired. And those are the moments you start to feel that at that moment I have given my bones to the society. It's not that I die and I give my bones, but I am giving my bones, and every time I perform good action for the society, my bones get filled with love and joy and become light. So it is not that we fly with the wings, but we have the wings of zeal and enthusiasm in us, and we fly on the wings of zeal and enthusiasm. And I find that any time when I will do something good, how I know how I know that I have done something good, there will be one or two people get inspired from me. See, many times we do something good, but people become even jealous of us. It happens. So if somebody is jealous of me, somewhere some mixture is there, even in my good actions. But if I am able to inspire other people with my goodness, then I know I have given something to the society. I have given that enthusiasm to that person through my own action. And that is how I find, saying thank you. People will use many big words. I am so grateful to you. I really appreciate. Then we even bring our heart out to say things in a very big way. But sometimes other person does not even feel that, because somewhere we find our words have lost value. And now, by doing small good things in my life, I start feeling the value of the love and the joy and the peace and kindness in every task I perform. So now, every word I will speak, the world will be filled with that love and the joy and the kindness. So, this is the way I think of giving gratitude. And I feel myself giving gratitude to my own self, how good I am. Sometimes we underestimate ourselves. I know it had happened to me that I was feeling bad about myself. And I started talking to myself. Say, Ram, why you're so bothered? Why you don't like yourself? I literally said that, the exact word I said to myself. Why you're feeling so bad about yourself? Have you murdered anybody? I said that to myself. And then I said, no, I did not. Did I slap anybody? No, I did not. Did I hurt anybody? No, I did not. On that day, I had got up 2 o'clock to take somebody 3 o'clock to the airport because a person had to take the flight. And I asked myself, did you get up 2 o'clock? Yes. Did you take that person to the airport? Yes, I did. Did you really give credit to your own self? Did you give the, thank you? No, I did not. Why not? That is where I learned, learning to be really grateful to your own self. That you are so good. It's only on the surface, few times we get into little bit problem, but see deep, deep, deep inside us how loving and caring we are. So accepting myself as I am, it's a gratitude towards my own self. Then think of the body. How how much gratitude we should have towards our body. What it takes from me. It eats all the things the body needs, the air, the water, heat, and the all five elements, they all come free. The nature has, built this body for me. And it also takes care all the vital requirements are met free of charge. And how much food do I give to the body? How much work we take from the body? Compare what I give to the body. And I don't even want to, like, when I'm eating food, I think I'm giving food to the body, but actually within the body, there are taste buds. And they really inspire you to eat so that it can survive itself. If there were no taste buds, maybe we would not even eat anything. So the body could not survive. Body needed some food to eat. But if there were no taste buds, other, even to just chew the food, you were working with all your teeth and everything, it would be a very big task actually. But the body has created the taste buds. We enjoy eating food actually. So we are not actually giving food to the body. We are really enjoying our own self and how much work the body does. How many hours we work with the body. And I am only thinking of what is wrong my this thing, what is wrong my with that thing. Sometimes I am so concerned how I look. I look funny. Look at my ears, look at my nose, look at everything looks so funny. We don't like ourselves, we don't like our body. But the body is made to speak through the mouth. I, the soul, am using the body. Without the body, I cannot do anything. I cannot see without the eyes. I cannot smell anything without nose. I cannot speak anything without mouth. Or listen, how much the body does it for me. So grateful to the body means accepting my body as it is, loving the body. So that's what I always feel. Consider my body as a horse. You use the horse for the whole day, but at end of the night, you are caressing that horse. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe I share something, my experience that working with the body, I might have shared maybe before with many of you, but many of you may not have heard. But that is a literal experience I had. One time I had a severe pain in my body. I could not get up, lie down. Could not even turn because I got some kind of muscle pull or spasm. And somebody came to me and asked me, Ram, how you doing? And I said, I am doing all right. But my body is killing me. My back is killing me. I cannot get up. I cannot, stand up. I cannot do anything with it. What will I do with this back? Such a terrible. I have terrible back. All of a sudden, I really felt my back started talking to me. I'm telling you the truth. Of course, it looks like imagination. I can see that. It looks like a thought pattern or imagination, but I felt my back is talking to me. And it says, for 50 years, I took all your weight on me. I never complained. You took care of your front of the body, all the decoration and everything. You never took care of me. I never complained. You never even looked at me. How can we look at the back? Did I complain? Today I am in little bit trouble and you're telling the whole world how terrible I am. I really, I felt that my back is telling me. My hand went in the back. I say, oh, I'm sorry. You are so nice. You are so loving. I literally started caressing my back with lot of love and gratitude. But to my amazement, after some time, my pain disappeared. I'm telling you that that's the truth. Now, my question was, how did the pain disappear? Then all of a sudden, I felt the pain was only giving a message. I need love, some love. I need some care. You are using me. I'm not able to keep up. So give some rest to me, give some care to me, give some love to me. And when I use that love, my pain disappeared. And I am not talking about one instant. I have gone through this kind of experiences many times. So that means my pain is being taken care of by doing something with love, using every part of my body with love and gratitude. Not to think of how I look. I am small, I am big, I am dark, I am fair skin, all kind of things we talk about. But what is the real purpose of the body is so that I, the soul, can use it whenever look, I am 180 pounds. Just imagine 180 pounds you have to carry someplace. How difficult it will be. But when his soul is in the body, how quickly I say hello. I extend my hand to that person. I walk so quickly. 180 pounds. Just think of carrying 180 pounds and then walk. But it is the soul energy, the happiness, the love that makes the body move. So my real gratitude towards the body is giving myself, giving this body the love, accepting the body as it is. And then comes the nature, that the five elements of the body. See, five elements. Just think, what is air, the water, the heat, the solid, and the space? The nature is able to build body out of that. Can you imagine building a body? How difficult it is? How valuable that body is? Take each part of the body, how expensive it is. Take about your teeth. If you have to make all your teeth new, it might cost you $100,000. Take one eye, this millions of dollars people will be ready to give to have any little part of the body. What is not right about whenever it is not functioning and how much value we give to the body, we are only thinking how I look. So gratitude towards the body and then also the nature in total. See, when you really think of these five elements, how wonderful the nature is, taking all the raw material and turning into body. Many time I give example that even when we learned in the chemistry, H2O, two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen. It is not that you bring two jars of hydrogen, one jar of oxygen, and it will turn into water. Now, in order for that to facilitate, you need enormous amount of internal energy, the bond energy. And the same way, when we think of the body, it's made of the five elements. If not that I bring the buckets of water and the heater and the pump, we have the space and buy some iron, magnesium, calcium, etc., turn into a body. No, it is the presence of the soul. The nature is able to build the body out of that raw material. So that means I am giving the power of the soul to the nature. So that is what the nature is looking for at present time. I even think of even this COVID. You know, COVID is a very fine virus, but it's still physical. And I look at it that it has lost its way, because you will feel every part, every particle of the whole universe has its place. When it is at the right place, it is a blessing. When it gets displaced, it becomes a curse. You know, for example, it's a right proportion, right place. Now, H2O, oxygen is good. One atom of oxygen is good in the water. But if I say, let me add another other oxygen in the water, what will happen? H2O, if I add another atom of O, what it will become? It will become H2O2. That's hydrogen peroxide. It's not water anymore. Or if you take out one atom of hydrogen from water, it will become OH, alkaline. It is not. So that means impure water. Then it become alkaline or acid. So in other words, the formation of the whole universe is based on all the elements of the nature in the right place. So thinking of the virus too, because the soul has, lost the power of love and the kindness, and the joy and of giving. So the nature is not getting that power, spiritual power. And because it is not getting spiritual power, it's just like that when the soul leaves the body disintegrates. It cannot hold itself together because the power is gone. Same way, any time any power is missing in the universe, the soul power, the nature is not able to hold itself, and then the virus just escapes, and then it's finding its way. So having that kind of compassion for the virus itself, it has lost its home. And we, the souls, children of the Supreme Being God, the angels, give that, the vibrations of love and kindness. And that will happen through our love and kindness expressed to each other, to each thing I touch. Even when I touch a pot to clean it with love. Think that I am playing with water. I am playing with the nature, and I am putting that love in the nature. Whosoever I talk with that kindness and that love. And what will happen then from one to another, it will be like a chain reaction of goodness and happiness and love that will be spread, which will guide that virus to go back to its base where it was supposed to be. Because In our body, we say we are filled with all the viruses, but they are all good ones. What is cancer? Cancer is when something gets spoiled. I don't know much about, I'm not a doctor, but I just have heard when something get missed and then it becomes poison and then it starts to spread. So as it spreads like that, our vibrations of love and kindness, happiness can also spread with the same kind of chain reaction, and we will bring the virus back to its original place where it will play a beneficial role. So this is how I see it, like a gratitude. You know. So now I share up to that. If there are any questions or something, comments.
Yes, I'd like to invite the audience to write any questions they have in the chat. This has been, I wanted to interrupt you a few times because there's just so much that you packed into this discussion. But I was reminded of what Sister Mohini, our Northeastern regional head of the Brahma Kumari, said the other night about how when we're happy, it affects every cell in our body. And you started with a small example of your back and your change in attitude of gratitude to giving it love and actually curing the pain, and it goes away. And then to magnify that and talk about the power we have. When most people talk about Mother Nature and how we're destroying things, they talk about pollution, they talk about global warming, they talk about polar ice caps, they talk about what we've done. But you're bringing a whole other dimension as I'm listening to you of the power, like we plug in into a socket with electricity. When we have the power to know that we have a soul and that the body is useless without it,
Yes.
even though it has the capacity of senses, not the minute our soul is gone, that's it. And the power that we have, and then to bring it up to COVID. And of course, my mind constantly goes back while we're waiting for people to comment to what you said in the beginning about sustaining that attitude and being the angel. But you were put to the test. Did you feel as though your entire life led up to 9/11 at that moment, that you were ready? I mean, how you really performed angelic work for many of the women and the people around you that you escorted out, wanted to go back in. What was it like to be inside your head in the middle of that supreme test?
My whole thought at that time, I had been doing meditation for at that time about 28 years. I said, this is the time that I should be helping other people. Otherwise, what is the value of my being spiritual? So I was giving encouragement. I am walking slowly with them, and whenever because the plane hit, one plane hit, then we are going down, and the second plane come and hit the second building, and we are going through all this turmoil of shaking up the whole thing, and the other tower collapsing, our building is shaking so badly, water going, we are going through water and the darkness and water coming into our stairs and taking us down, and we had to hold our handrail. All kind of things I went through with total darkness and water falling on top, water under our ankle high. And so what I found was that after 1.5 hours I came out, and then next day I am seeing with myself, I did not have any fear whatsoever. And I'm wondering what could be the reason, because some newspaper asked me that, share your moment that you may not survive. And I could not find even 1 second that I was in fear. Then I wondered what could be the reason. And then only thing I could think of was because I started helping other people. And because when I started helping other people, my fear never materialized. In fact, what I will do when they will scream with pain, like the woman, I will just go back 2 steps and I bring them in front of me. And I will say to them, we are all together. Don't worry, I am with you. So we are all together. Have faith in God, everything will be okay. And now you could see how loving and caring they were. So much so, actually, they called me angel. And then I smiled. I said, wow, it's become very easy to become an angel. And then actually, I started to think about what angel means because people saw me as an angel. So, what could be the reason? This is where I start to learn. So, don't think of being angel mean doing big, good things. Just stepping two steps behind. Tiny thing we do good to each other. I can become a tiny angel, a micro angel. So this is how I started to see angel means becoming helpers of God in my own little way. See, God is the big thing, but I am a micro. I can become like a micro God. And micro God means I become like a micro angel. So
Mhm.
this is how when we think of the gratitude, for me at that time, I felt I have taken so much from God. It's my turn to give to the society. So since then, actually, I have started working on my life. I feel that why did I survive even? And I feel that if I consider myself, my life is not anymore belonging to me, this life is for the society, then even God can justify why did I survive. And since then, my whole life had been this life is not mine anymore. This life belongs to other people. So this is how when we think of reciprocating what I got this life, but not for myself, but for the society. And that's a life of gratitude. Of course, we all try in our own way. So for me, it is like becoming an angel simplified, simple way of doing small things, So that is what I find that my life had been, and those moments I find that they prepare us even for further problem situation, that you find somebody you are also going through pain and suffering and trouble and uncertainty, but find somebody who is in more pain and sorrow than you are and start helping that person, and then you will find that kind of say gratitude towards the whole society in a bigger way.
Yeah. So if you had panicked and been in fear, it would have trumped the, pardon the word, it would have trumped the love and the coming from you.
so
And
so
you were ready.
that is where this act of goodness, 7 billion acts of goodness, because I am just looking total 180 degrees. At present time, we always thinking, what is for me? What is for me? What is for me? What is 180 degrees opposite? What I can do? So that means act of goodness is doing something above and beyond my duty or obligation or what is expected of me.
Yeah.
If I take from somebody 10, I give that person 15. Even if I make a mistake, I can forgive myself. That is a gratitude. That is an act of goodness.
Right.
Helping other people, um, coming out of their guilt, or any time they make a mistake. It's not that you forgive and but be angry, but forgive them, but also find some good thing about that person.
Mm.
And that is how, as I felt that as God found good things in me, I find good things in other people. That is like returning that's gratitude. My way of expressing my gratitude towards the society.
Yes. And even during the pandemic, I find that we've watched artists, we've watched people take advantage of all of the media and Zoom to give things away. to make other people happy. And there's even a news feed that has listed once a week good things. And
Yes,
they come up with heartwarming stories and animal videos. And now all of this prompted by a need,
yes.
a
See,
fear.
yeah.
So fear as a motivator for good, I just realized.
Actually, this is what I find. Use the fear. Using the fear.
Jesus.
Don't we say many, many times? Like I say, looks like a jovial kind of thing, a joke. I say
Yeah.
many times we say, I am weak. You are taking advantage of my weakness. Don't we say that? So now I say, I should learn to take advantage of my own weaknesses. Every time you do something wrong, whatever wrong you did, you do so many good things because you did something wrong. Like learn to make up. If you made a mistake and it was a loss of 10 units, do something to bring make up for 15 units, so that you are a positive 5. So that means taking advantage of your weakness, taking advantage of that is what I do in my life. I did many wrong things in my life. Now I'm trying to make up, but I want to make up 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. So I am taking advantage of my weaknesses. Same way, many times I find, it's a very kind of a joke. Even God take advantage of us. How? Because when we are in pain and sorrow, so because of pain and sorrow, God is able to talk to us. God is able to put a hook of love and grab us and make us his, her own. God doesn't have gender. So that means any little wrong thing I did in my life, now because of the wrong thing I did, I want to do so many good things. So that means I make one mistake, but I do so many good godly things, helping other people. So this way I end up doing much more good things than whatever wrong things I did in my life. So take advantage of your weaknesses, take
Yeah.
advantage of your problems, make up for them.
And use it as a cattle
Yeah,
prod
at the
for
catalyst,
doing good.
like
We have
as you
a
could see.
beautiful. We have a lovely comment that I want to share with everyone
Oh,
in the chat, and we have a few minutes to invite other people to comment. I can't find it now. Wait a minute, where'd it go? Here it is. And someone wrote, let me see. Om Shanti Ram. This is Zipporah.
oh
So good.
wow.
Yeah, so good to see you doing well. Always a pleasure to hear you. You speak very insightfully, especially during these challenging times. I'm so grateful to Harmony House. Namaste.
Zapora is from School Construction Authority. We used to sit next to each other all the
Oh,
time I was there. And then she came to Peace Village during one of our engineers retreat. And now their 2 sisters, they come together, Zipporah and Tamara. See, and
that
Tamara comes constantly. She comes now regularly to Harmony House. So
beautiful. Very nice. Well, we're coming up on a time when I'm going to ask you if you would like to do a nice, we have about, I guess, 7 or 8 minutes if you want to use it to do a nice reflective commentary.
okay.
Wait, I have another question. Oh,
Mhm.
just someone saying, let me see. Michelle is saying that she's always happy to see and hear Ram's energy. I'll
Thank you,
second
Michelle.
that. Yes, beautiful. So if you would like to lead us in a meditation, a short commentary, that would be really very lovely. Can we ask you to do that, Ram?
Yes, yes.
All right. Although I feel as though the whole time has been a beautiful meditation that you've led
It
us
is
in.
like just the same thing what we discussed, that it is not I am asking from myself anything special. Just recognizing myself. I am a soul giving the energy to the whole body. I sit in the center of the forehead and spreading the power in the whole body. And now let me withdraw myself from all parts of my body and concentrate in the center of the forehead. And in this time of gratitude, let me first check what I am made of, what I am. I want to know myself as I am. So I start to journey to myself. I go deeper and deeper and deeper. I bypass all the problems and situations or circumstances. I just want to focus on my journey, going deeper and deeper and deeper. Finally, I reach the core of my being, at the center of my DNA, and I see abundance of love, abundance of joy, abundance of goodness, how caring I am. And I want to show my DNA to the whole world. But I need to fill it with godly power. So I bring myself out, my love, the care, in whatever form it is. I slowly bring it out, even though it's vulnerable, even though my love is afraid somebody will take advantage of it if I show. But with courage, I bring it out and offer to God of my faith as I am. God accepts me and my love as it is, and with great love fills it with the godly knowledge that becomes my wisdom, and I start to know how to use my love, when to use it, what is the right proportion, right time, right attitude. And also God fills that love with godly power. So my love is getting filled with power. It's not vulnerable anymore. It becomes my strength. And that's how I see my love is getting filled with wisdom and inner strength. And that is how, when I am filled with love and strength, I automatically start to share. I automatically emanate like the sun spreads the rays of light and heat to the whole universe. And also, every little thing I do, when I breathe, let me fill that breath with love. And the love is traveling throughout my whole body. and softening up all the toughness, pain, stiffness, softening it up. And then when I exhale, I give that carbon dioxide to the trees, and the carbon dioxide is filled with love, and the trees are receiving that carbon dioxide filled with love, and they also give it out, oxygen filled with love. And this is how I can start the process of bringing the love, the care, and the goodness in the whole atmosphere, purifying the air, purifying my body. And that is what I should do at present time. This is my way of sharing my gratitude to myself, to my body, to the people around me, to the nature, and of course, to God. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. I just have to say, you brought up an interesting, you said that we're afraid to give love. And you brought up the feeling of vulnerability. And I'm just thinking how earlier you began by saying that we become bigger, that if we reach that elevation, we become the helper of God. So if I take the chance and show my love and take that risk, that leap, it's
Yes.
just amazing what we get back. And you've proved that tonight. And I just want to tell you how grateful, I'm sure everyone, but I am, to once again have the privilege of hosting you and listening to you and having you touch my life today. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Chris, and
Yes.
everybody for listening.
Pleasure. And I just have a few quick announcements for our audience. We have next week on Thursday evening is Thanksgiving, so we will not be here. But on December 3rd, we do have our usual meeting. And we also have an online session on Saturday, November 28th at 11 o'clock in the morning. Information will be emailed to you soon. If you are not on our email list, please call Harmony House and we'll be happy to add you. And the topic then will be when gratitude comes first. So otherwise, we do have some very special things because this is a special celebration of Diwali, the Festival of Lights. And we have an online Diwali program on Sunday, November 22nd from 4 to 5 p.m. And there is a Zoom link for that that'll be coming your way. And we're asking you to save the date. We have an online holiday program on Thursday, December 17th at 6:30. We used to do lovely holiday presentations because most of the major religions, starting with Diwali, have all kinds of celebration of lights at this time of year. And I personally, I've been missing coming in person to Harmony House myself, and I certainly miss the holiday celebrations of the season. But then I say, well, I'm grateful for Zoom, because here you are. And we've met so many wonderful people from around the globe who come to join us. So I would like to say good evening to everybody. Om Shanti. Welcome, and please do come back. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night, brother. And thank you, Brother Eric. Are you there?
Yeah, thank you, Brother Eric.
Thanks for everybody. Have a safe and healthy Thanksgiving and have it full of gratitude. Ram Prakash, always special. See you again in 2 weeks. Global Harmony House, Thursday night insight. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.